Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Wednesday, February the 13th, 2013. And it was exactly 1 year ago today that our Public Safety Minister Vic Taves made a shocking statement when he said in reference to Bill C-30 that you either stand with the government or you stand with the child pornographers. And the very next day, Bill C-30 was introduced. This is the bill that would have allowed the police and other alphabet agencies to monitor the online activity of every Canadian citizen without having to obtain a warrant. And the very next day, they introduced Bill C-30, and many of us quickly saw through Vic Taves' trickery and wordplay, and we quickly realized it had nothing to do with protecting children, but it had everything to do with stripping away the privacy rights of Canadian citizens in regards to their online activity. And around this time last year, we here at Press for Truth were making a number of videos exposing this fact, talking about all the bills being introduced, the CISPA and PIPA and SOPA and ACTA, and all of these, and especially Bill C-30, which concerned Canadians. Well, here we are now 1 year later, and the Canadian government has just made the announcement that Bill C-30 is dead. This just out from the CBC. Government killing online surveillance bill. Federal Justice Minister Rob Nicholson says the controversial Bill C-30, known as the Online Surveillance or Warrantless Wiretapping Bill, won't go ahead due to opposition from the public. The bill, which was known as Protecting Children from Internet Predators Act, was designed to help police combat child pornography, but civil liberties and privacy groups, even the Federal Privacy Commissioner, said the bill violated the rights of Canadians. Opponents lobbied strenuously against C-30, saying it was an overly broad Big Brother piece of legislation that would strip all Canadians of the right to privacy. The bill would have required internet service providers to maintain systems to allow police to intercept and track online communications without a warrant. Canadians rallied against the bill after Public Safety Minister Vic Taves famously told an opposition MP that he could either stand with us or with the child pornographers. Those explosive comments outraged many Canadians and helped to galvanize the opposition to C-30. We will not be proceeding with Bill C-30, and any attempts that we will continue to have to modernize the criminal code will not contain the measures contained in C-30, including the warrantless mandatory disclosure of basic subscriber information or requirement for telecommunication service providers to build intercept capability within their systems, Nicholson said. We've listened to the concerns of Canadians who have been very clear on this, and we've responded to that. So on the surface, it would appear that the people have spoken and the Canadian government has done the right thing here and answered our demands. Well, before we pat ourselves on the back too soon here, we have to be well aware of the fact that at the very same time that all of this is going on, just yesterday, President Barack Obama announced in his State of the Union address that he's signed an executive order on cybersecurity. And right now, as I speak, we're seeing the revival of CISPA, the Cybersecurity Sharing and Intelligence Sharing Protection Act, the very same bill that we all rallied against about a year ago this time to have defeated, is now being revived. So the question is, why is this apparent polar opposite directions here in regards to the direction Canada is going and the US in terms of cybersecurity? Well, the interesting thing to keep in mind here is that if you do a trace route for any IP in the world from Rogers or Bell, Canada's leading telecommunication networks, just about everybody in Canada goes through these guys. There's a few others that also fall into this. But if you track those IPs, each one of those IP hops, 100% of the time you will find are going through US routers located on US soil. And what that means is the NSA and the FBI have it's completely within their legal rights to monitor and track traffic of information on their servers on their soil. So if the NSA or the FBI wants to look at this information that is flowing through their servers on their soil, they now have the legal right to do so. And if they want to share this information with CSIS, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, they can do that. So it would appear that Bill C-30 is not even necessary anymore. So on the surface, I'm starting to think that this is a bit of smoke and mirrors here to give us the appearance that the government has listened to you, we're responding to your demands, don't worry, the bill is now dead. Well, they knew they had a PR problem. They knew that people were outraged about this, and I think they came to the conclusion that, you know what, we don't even need it anymore. Let's just scrap it to save face. So we have to remain ever vigilant about this, folks, because let's face it, there is an agenda for an Orwellian Big Brother surveillance grid, and Canada is certainly not exempt from that. So just something I wanted to bring to your attention today, folks. Again, we got to be careful on how quickly we start patting each other on the back on this one. We got to keep our eyes open, got to stay on top of our toes, stay two steps ahead. It's looking to me like this is smoke and mirrors to pave the way for the exact same thing, wireless, warrantless wiretapping of Canadian citizens through the U.S. Is what it looks like today. So anyways, folks, I just wanted to bring that to your attention today. And before I go, just a quick reminder that I'm heading on the road tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling across Canada. And just a quick reminder, I'll be in Montreal on the 15th, Ottawa on the 16th, London, Ontario on the 18th, Calgary, Alberta on the 19th, Vancouver on the 20th and 21st, and Victoria, BC on the 22nd. So if you're interested in attending any of the events that are going on in those towns, you can check the link in the description. I'll have the info there for you. And other than that, folks, that's all for today. I want to thank you for tuning in once again, and I'll see everyone right back here tomorrow. Take care.